Hello?
Susie, we have a bad storm. Could you sign on as quickly as possible?
Storms can happen any time in Texas. Some of the worst seem to happen at night. Customer information centers at all 4 locations go on alert easily. We've had a lot of practice.
Threatening conditions, lightning strikes, high wind, torrential downpours all play havoc with equipment. Our roll starts quickly. The night crew in any center might notice an upsweep in activity. Supervisors and leaders are consulted, and action starts at once before the calls start pouring in. 7 remote agents with terminals at home can take calls immediately. Leaders follow a standby list, and reps are called in as needed depending on the weather radar and the number of calls holding. In a continuing emergency, a total of 306 reps are available to be summoned. A severe storm in any area could be cause for heightened activity at centers miles away. We can and have worked together as one giant team, sometimes while the rest of Texas sleeps.
I know you were scared. Are your lights back on now? Great.
Not every day begins so abruptly, but 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, the customer information centers are open for business. We have ordinary days too, but even our normal days are fast-paced.
TU Electric, this is Nancy.
TU Electric, this is Lewis.
TU Electric, this is Tammy.
TU Electric, this is Steve. May I help you?
Let me explain how we figure your bill based on your new reading.
My new utility company is asking for a big deposit unless you can give me a good credit rating.
Yes, I'll be glad to fax a letter of credit to your new electric company.
We can stop your present service on Monday and begin your new service this Friday.
I just had to pay for a new transmission on my car. My bill's due on the 5th. Could I have more time, please?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be happy to extend that balance for you until the 15th.
So you want 4 permanent meters for HRBA Builders on Pleasant Drive? Could you give me those addresses, please?
Yes, sir. The fire department needs to know when you're going to get there, please.
I just moved here from Michigan, and I've never really had to deal with an air conditioner before.
We recommend changing your filter each month and setting your thermostat at 68 degrees in the winter and 78 degrees in the summer.
We have a brochure that I can send you that gives you the average operating cost of appliances.
You're just moving into town today and need your services turned on?
All right, sir. You're calling from the courtesy phone, and you have put your payment in the night deposit? Okay, we'll have that service reconnected for you.
I live alone. My backyard is very dark. I'd like to have a light installed.
We'll send our representative right out to make sure the guard light we install will fully light the dark portion of your yard.
We have 14 franchises, and it is a real headache to get 14 separate bills each month. Is there any way to consolidate all those bills into one bill?
Yes, sir. We have our summary bill plan, and we'll do just what you're wanting.
My son is getting set up in his first apartment, and I'm worried about him actually paying his bills on time.
Our third-party program sounds just like what you need. You'll receive a duplicate notice if his bill becomes past due.
I don't believe it. I come back from a business trip and you've cut my lights off, my milk is going bad. Money's not the problem. I can pay my bills. I'm just not always here to pay them. Can't you cut me some slack?
Well, Miss Edwards, the reconnection order was sent the moment your payment was processed. It shouldn't be too much longer.
Well, that's just great. The darn bill's too high anyway in the summer and the winter. I use those thermostat settings that you've given me. Do you have any suggestions? I travel a lot. I really need some help.
Most of our traveling customers really appreciate automatic bank draft, and I recommend average billing to help smooth out those highs and lows. For instance, your bill would remain around $118 plus or minus $10 or so.
That might solve the problem. Can you tell me a little bit more about those, please?
Advanced technology makes it possible for us to provide high-quality customer service in a timely manner. Sophisticated telephone switching equipment routes the customer's call to an available representative. In times of heavy call volume, we have the ability to send additional calls from one information center to another. TU has the third largest telecommunications operation in the state. Last year, we received over 6.14 million customer calls. A representative can take more than 26,000 in a year, and on a busy Monday, we answer an average of 34,000 calls. Another important piece of each representative's equipment is the terminal linking them to the customer information system. The CIS allows each representative instant access to the records of our 2.2 million customers. With 112 screens of information and transactions, it is the equivalent of over 246 million pages of customer account information. To back up the customer information system is an extensive help feature built into the CIS. If this information were printed into user manuals, it would fill 11 4-inch binders. It provides a wealth of information. For instance, a representative in Dallas can give accurate directions to a customer to the office in Odessa. It also provides phone numbers of agencies, names of representatives, and the inspection information in the many cities we service.
At TU Electric, we think customers are as important as our employees. Here in the information centers, where the majority of the first customer contacts occur, you can hear it in employees' voices and you can see it in the way they work. Quality customer service is more than a phrase to us, it's a way of life.
The vast majority of daily activity throughout the company is initiated by customer contact with the information centers. Customers call TU Electric for a variety of reasons, ranging from outages to new service. Orders are sent from the centers to departments throughout the company, generating activities such as installation of meters, initiation or transfer of service, installation and maintenance of guard lights, extensions on bills, service investigations, location of underground lines, trimming trees, and upgrading service. In many cases, the customer's first and only contact with TU Electric is through the center. To ensure that all customers receive the highest level of service, special equipment is used to allow hearing-impaired customers to communicate with our representatives. A special line is also available to Spanish-speaking customers.
Nuestros clientes que hablan español también merecen servicio superior igualmente que nuestros clientes que hablan inglés. Those of us in Spanish Q are the bridge between TU Electric and its Spanish-speaking customers. This allows the Hispanic community to know that they are also important to TU Electric.
Providing quality service is a constantly changing endeavor.
Each customer is an individual with his or her idea of what constitutes quality service. From the elderly person frightened by an outage to the new immigrant needing help. From a busy corporate executive to the small business owner.
Although we're not collectors, rate analysts, servicemen, or nuclear experts, we must be familiar with many aspects of the company, from PCBs and EMFs to payment plans and the agencies available to customers for payment assistance.
A broad scope of knowledge is required to provide customers with the best possible service. Representatives are given an extensive and ongoing training program. Preliminary training covers an approximate 3-month period and includes classroom as well as hands-on instruction on the customer information system before a trainee ever takes a call. To keep representatives abreast of the latest techniques and system enhancements, continual training and seminars are conducted on a wide range of topics, from customer sensitivity to new methods of service restoration.
Along with our job responsibilities, there is a lighter side of our activities here at work.
We have our Pride and Hero Awards, which are given for excellence in customer service and satisfaction. We also have a contest for recovery of uncollected debt. In one service center alone, over $1.25 million have been located.
Right now we're having a spread. That is where each person brings a dish or contributes something. We have found this to be a fun way to relieve stress.
Our work situation is kind of like a second family. When one of us has a problem, all of us worry. That's why we care about our customers. It's really kind of like a circle. Our company cares for us, we care for each other, and together we care for our customers.
We participate in many TU-sponsored activities, such as Paint the Town, United Way, blood drives, and aid to needy families. Along with these projects, we also do such things as donate to MDA book drives, collect canned food and clothing for charity, compete in bike and bowl-a-thons, and aid with Operation Literacy. We also serve our community in other ways by volunteering as firefighters and even as Reserve County Sheriff's deputies.
Customer service and satisfaction is our primary goal, and customer responses show we are attaining that goal. Recently, more than 98% of those surveyed responded positively. Here is what some of our customers say.
As a single parent, it's tough sometimes financially. I have from time to time had to make arrangements on my electric bill. I wish I could remember the lady's name, but she was so understanding and gracious.
As a student, newlywed and breadwinner of the household, I find it difficult to make ends meet at the end of each month. However, thanks to your company and its helpful representatives, my family and I actually see the light at the end of the tunnel, as well as in our house.
The lady who helped me transfer my electric service treated me more like a friend than a customer. It made moving a little more pleasant. Thanks for a job well done.
I enjoy working the midnight shift. I remember once during a major outage due to a storm, a man called and said he had to catch a plane the next morning and was afraid he wouldn't wake up on time. I offered to give him a wake-up call. He was sure glad to hear from me.
I feel like we're really able to make a big difference in someone's life. I have one customer that has to call me every month for arrangements. She has told me that without my help, she would have lost her business. Now that's really a great feeling.
A lady called and wanted us to send the truck out because her garage door was opening and closing by itself, and her lights were going off and on, even though she wasn't touching the light switches. The dispatcher wanted to know if her house has suffered an invasion of the spirit world.
I'm really proud of the fact that we can use our own judgment in helping our customers, especially our senior citizens or any of our customers in need. It's really neat being able to be the good guy.
Fairness to the customer takes priority. I don't have to defend my company's position. When we make an error, we correct it. I think this instills more trust in our company from the customer's point of view.
One of my favorite calls is when a customer called in and he needed his service started as soon as possible. I was able to arrange to have his service started for him the same day. A week later, he called me back to let me know that he named a flower after me in his greenhouse.
We really know how to ease a customer's mind. When a customer calls, all upset and worried that their service will be turned off, we try to calm them and usually can make arrangements for them to pay their bill.
It is impossible to learn all aspects of every job, but we know when it's necessary to refer a call to another department. We have the opportunity to link together a strong group of employees throughout the system.
When we've completed a call, no matter how great or small the problem, and that customer's satisfied, we feel that's a good call.
The best part of this job is when I've been able to convince the customer that TU Electric is not the enemy, but a real people company.
Having been a meter reader and collector for 9 years, when my customers call in, I'm able to help them read a meter, even if they don't know where to find it at first. I can walk them through every step.
Once this frantic girl called. She had been disconnected for unbilled service. Anyway, she was getting married the next day, and her fiancé had been so excited by the wedding, he forgot to call and establish an account. She called at 4:08. We had her meter set by 5.
An elderly woman called to cancel her service. She was being forced out of her apartment into a retirement community. She was crying and very upset because she could not afford to pay for movers. So I arranged for a rep, already on vacation, to go out and help her move. I felt we needed to help.
It's very important to let our customers know that we regard them as human beings with real problems and not just a voice on the end of a telephone.
So the next time you see a TU truck, remember, we're all part of the same team.